That was my cue. Hello, everyone. Good evening. And welcome to our event this evening. It is so great to see so many of you here. Please continue to finish your meal and your dessert, but we're going to go ahead and get started. It's been 2 years since we've been able to come together for a reunion for the College of Medicine. Last year's reunion was canceled due to one of the hurricanes down in Orlando, so it really is good to be back together again. I do hope that you're able to rekindle some friendships, meet new friends as we go forward at the College of Medicine. We've met so many milestones just this year, and I'm just going to name a few of them. This is the 25th anniversary of the signing of the legislation that created the FSU College of Medicine. So it's hard to believe that it's been 25 years already, a quarter of a century, but that's how long it's been, and we've come a long way. This is the 20th anniversary of the opening of our Sarasota Regional Campus, so they're celebrating an anniversary this year as well. Our 25th MD class, the class of 2029, recently received their white coats. We welcomed our 9th physician assistant class in August. And this is the 20th anniversary, the 20th reunion of our inaugural class, the class of 2005. Congratulations. So I've been with the college in one way or another since it started, and so it is so wonderful to see so many of you and to see how far all of you have come. And so as I look out into the audience, I do see familiar faces, many of whom were here at the very beginning. And so I'd like to actually recognize a few of those folks. So we have Dean O.C. Harris, who is our second dean for the College of Medicine. Along with his wife, Joella, here. We have Dr. Helen Livingston. Dr. Livingston served as the Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Admissions, as well as Associate Dean for our Interdisciplinary Medical Sciences program when it started. We have Dr. Elena Reyes, who served as Regional Director for our Southwest Florida region in the Immokalee-Fort Myers area. And Dr. Thesla Byrne-Anderson, who created the STRIDE program and served as Executive Director of Undergraduate Outreach and Pre-College Programs. Just really to name a few. And so let's not forget the hard work, the sleepless nights, and the dedication of those who built the foundation of this great College of Medicine. So again, take a minute to look around the room. You are joined by PIMS alumni. So if our PIMS alumni would stand, the ones who are here, they are among over 800 who set the standard and carried the flag. Carried the flag for a medical school at Florida State for 30 years. Our MD alumni, so with all of our MD alumni who are here from all of the classes, stand. Thank you. You are among over more than 2,000 strong who continue to distinguish themselves in no small part because of our unique, immersive, community-based education. I'm not sure if we have any of our physician assistant alumni here, but for our physician assistant program, next month we'll graduate its 7th class and has already supplied more than 300 essential healthcare providers for the nation, and mostly here in Florida. As of today, in total, your College of Medicine has 2,069 MD alumni, 314 PA, 94 PhD, and 222 Bridge alumni. So your college has grown, and so has the positive impact that you, our alumni, have on the communities in which you live and work. It truly makes me proud. Each of you represents the best of who we are, committed to our mission of serving those who need us most. Tonight, you'll see many familiar faces, friends, faculty, and staff, including our regional campus deans who are here. So I'm going to ask the ones who are here to also stand. Dr. Nicole Bensi from Sarasota. Dr. Mark Chayet from Orlando. Dr. Kerwin Flowers from Tallahassee. Dr. Juliette Lomax-Homier from our Fort Pierce campus. And Dr. Paul McLeod from Pensacola and Dr. George Bernardo from Daytona were not able to join us this evening. At this time, I'd also like to recognize specifically the members of the FSU College of Medicine's inaugural class, the class of 2005. These brave individuals took a chance on entering a medical school that had not yet received accreditation, and in doing so, they helped shape what we became as a medical school. For that, we are eternally grateful to each of you, and we are honored to follow your successful careers as you continue to represent the College of Medicine throughout the state, the country, and abroad. Please join me again in a round of applause to welcome all of them this evening. At this time, I'm going to take the liberty of inserting a new item to the program. So those of you who did this, just close your ears. So, along with all of the celebrations, there's one that I've been looking for an opportunity and the right moment to acknowledge, and so this is it. It gives me great pleasure to speak about this individual, Dr. Elena Reyes. Dr. Reyes has been with the College of Medicine since its creation and was also a faculty member in the precursor program in medical sciences. She achieved the rank of professor with excellence in teaching, service, leadership, and dedication to our students, and is fully deserving of this recognition. Dr. Reyes was an integral part of the founding faculty of the College of Medicine, working tirelessly to help develop the initial curriculum and help the college achieve its initial accreditation. She was an active member of the faculty, serving as course director of several courses, teaching in others, and advising and mentoring students. She was also a member of the admissions committee, curriculum committee, student evaluation and promotions committee. She was someone you could always go to when help was needed. When the college was without a student affairs dean for several months, Dr. Reyes stepped in and served admirably as interim dean for student affairs and admissions. Later on, when the College of Medicine's Immokalee Health Education site at the Isabel Collier Reed Medical Campus was just getting started and was clearly in need of leadership, Dr. Reyes volunteered to move to the area to assist. That move turned out to be the highlight of her successful career with the College of Medicine and was a transformative move for the College of Medicine. She was named the regional director for Southwest Florida, and under her leadership, that site became, in addition to an excellent patient care practice, a coveted location for clinical rotations for our students. As regional director, she oversaw the scheduling of students, faculty recruitment, and teaching for students who traveled from the other regional campuses for specific rotations in Immokalee. In addition to medical student rotations, Dr. Reyes also developed and taught the behavioral health component of the FSU College of Medicine Family Medicine Residency Program at Lee Health in Fort Myers when it started. She also successfully developed and served as director of an accredited clinical health psychology postdoctoral fellowship program and director of the Center for Child Stress and Health in Immokalee. Her work with the leadership of Healthcare Network, Naples Community Hospital, and the Naples Educational Community Fund, Foundation, and other philanthropists in the area landed tremendous support for the educational programs. Under her leadership, the Immokalee campus received over $2.8 million in gifts and generated $6.6 million in sponsored funding. Dr. Reyes retired December 29th, 2023, after an over 30-year distinguished career in academic medicine at FSU, starting with the PEMS program and culminating with her work in Southwest Florida. So when Dr. Reyes retired, we actually requested and received permission to name her an emeritus professor. However, we couldn't find a moment to present it to her because every time after December of 2023, she would say she was coming to an event we were having, and I would plan to do it, and then something would come up, and she didn't come. So I finally got an event where Dr. Reyes has shown up, and it's interesting because this evening she started saying something to me about it, and I just ignored her because I was like, I wasn't going to have the conversation there, so I know that she wasn't expecting this, but she is so deserving of this. So Dr. Reyes, you have actually been an emeritus professor since November of 2023. So I'd like to invite you to come up to receive your emeritus certificate.
Should not do that, right? Okay, so I have tears in my eyes. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the first class that really were the inspiration. Saj, Javier, all of you, as we started my favorite FSU Cares. And it's still working today in a different form, but it's still there. And I appreciate all of you that have served the communities that we so hardly said, oh my God, they need help. And the establishment said, no, we've got enough physicians. We don't need any more help. And so there we were, struggling, and you guys made it happen, and you're still making it happen, as the majority of you are in Florida, helping those communities. And I'm so grateful for you. And I'm so grateful for those of you that have come up to me and said, you know, that behavioral science class, like we didn't know why we were there, and you were all so lovey-dovey, but I've used it with my patients all the time. So thank you for acknowledging that.
Thank you. Okay, back to the script. So, while there's a virtual element to this evening's event, I'm happy to stand here with you and welcome the newest members into our Medical Alumni Hall of Fame. Since last year's event was canceled, we will officially be inducting two classes, the class of 2024 and the class of 2025. Selected for induction by the FSU Medical Alumni Board from an impressive group of nominees, they are effectively members of our 11th and 12th Hall of Fame induction classes and bring our count of Hall of Famers to 50. Though the honorees from the 2014 to 2019 timeframe were presented with the Distinguished Alumni Award. I extend my thanks to each member of the FSU Alumni Board for serving as wonderful College of Medicine ambassadors, and to the board's planning committee that worked hard to make this weekend a success. At this time, I'd like to ask all of our alumni board members to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. I'd also like to thank Lindsay Miller, our Alumni Affairs Manager, for her hard work in bringing all of the reunion events together, and the newest member of our alumni team, Craig Hampton. Thank you both for a wonderful weekend. Now, to celebrate our college's 25th anniversary, we have a brief video to share. So, ladies and gentlemen, I direct your attention to the screens.
This was one of those projects that, I say half laughingly, we're on a mission from God. It's just amazing. What's that called? That word, harmonic convergence of forces and events. So, it was pretty amazing.
There were actually a lot of players, but obviously the ones who were spending the most time, I think, sleeping, eating, and breathing, the birth of this College of Medicine were Dr. Myra Hurt, the President Sandy Dallenbert, Senator Darrell Keaton, and President Emeritus John Thrasher. Dr. Sandy Dallenbert was president of Florida State University at the time. Dr. Myra Hurt was director of the PIMS program of Medical Sciences program, which we often refer to as sort of a precursor, to the College of Medicine.
And what that was a structured pre-medical program here at Florida State, where if you were sure that you wanted to go to medical school, you could apply through PIMS, because FSU didn't have a medical school at that time, it didn't exist. But they had a strong liaison with the University of Florida's medical school. So in PIMS, you would be guaranteed a spot in the graduating class at the University of Florida, but you would take all of your first year coursework here at Florida State.
The College of Medicine here at Florida State was started at a time when much of the country thought there were going to be too many physicians. And many were saying we had too many medical schools and we're training too many doctors. And the visionaries here at Florida State and in the state of Florida were looking around and saying, even if you believe that there are too many, they're certainly not in the right places, because there were many populations in the state who were not receiving adequate health care.
I talked to the search committee when I was candidate for president about the possibility of a medical school. Well, the real beginning, I thought, was when we had then Representative Peden, the physician, lawyer, legislator, show up here and express a real interest in helping us develop a plan to really bring about the medical school. He talked about being in West Florida and about the desperate need for primary care physicians throughout West Florida. And he said, I'd like to do something about it. I then asked him, do you know anything about our PIMS program? And he knew a little bit about it, but only vaguely. He said, well, you've got to meet Myra Hurt. So we've got to go out to the PIMS program and see how it's operating. We're very proud of it, and we think we've got the base of the kind of medical school that you're talking about.
My idea was if we could train them in ambulatory settings as well as in the hospital, then there might be some hope for those of us that really like a physician that could talk to us and that was really interested in whatever chronic, irritating thing we had wrong with us. And so I actually wrote a proposal in 1992 to do just that, to do the first 2 years in Tallahassee, and then to have 3 training sites for the clinical training.
I came to understand the importance of a medical school that actually has a mission of educating physicians who serve people. We needed to have a medical school in order to train the type of physicians who would be providing service to people. The very people who Senator Keaton was thinking about when he drove over across the Panhandle and stopped in Tallahassee, and we had our first meeting.
He listened to me, and I was this assistant professor in biological science that had been director of this small program, and I don't think there are a lot of presidents that would do that. And in fact, basically, I was the person that wrote the proposals for the legislature, that proposed this ambulatory training model and so forth, and they went with it. So it was pretty amazing, actually, that they didn't right out of the box say, oh, well, we need to get a dean in here from somewhere, because if they had, what would we have now? We'd have a very traditional school.
I first met Dr. Hurt as the director of the PIMS program, and I was actually serving on the admissions committee. When you saw her interact with the students, you saw that passion and all that she had for that, and also had for the community. Her question was, why can't we keep these students here, her babies, right? Why can't we keep them here and complete their training? So she had that vision, to move that forward. And if you knew anything about Dr. Hurt, when she made up her mind to do something, she was going to do it.
So Dr. Meyer Hurt was an incredible visionary. Somehow she was able to combine her brilliant mind with this warmth and love for the medical students. I remember during the early days, we weren't sure if our medical school was going to become accredited, and if all those hours that we spent, if they were going to mean anything, if we're going to leave there with a degree. And I recall her standing in front of our class, reassuring us and saying that we are going to get this done. She had this really strong, powerful voice, but yet also warm and nurturing. But she gave us this reassurance, it's going to make it happen. And she did.
I am absolutely confident that this school's going to be accredited before the end of the summer. I know that. Nobody has ever brought an antitrust suit against the AMA or the AAMC. We're not going to do that. We won't have to do that, but let me tell you this, if we had to, we would.
We're here today to formally and officially announce that Florida State University's medical school has received full accreditation.
Moments like this, you always hear, are anticlimactic. This is not an anticlimactic moment, it's a climactic moment.
We've got a fully accredited medical school, and that's really big news for Florida State, big news for Florida, and quite frankly, it's national news, because it's the first time in 25 years one's even been started, much less accredited. So we're really happy today, and we're celebrating.
As you could guess, that was a unique group. Their job was to do well academically, and if they did that, we would get the accreditation. They were great supporters. They did whatever needed to be done. We didn't have any trouble with that group of students. They were great partners in putting this together. The decision made, they put us in trailers, and they put those trailers up right outside the nursing school and into a parking lot, and we're in there, I guess, about a year, and then we were able to move into the behind the buildings of that school. That's the way it went for 2 or 3 years, and when you look back on it, it's hard to believe that we managed all that, kept a good attitude, but I think people were real excited about being part of this.
So coming from that period of time, to now, we've grown not just in numbers, but really in recognition and acknowledgement that we were legitimate. We were creating a medical school with a unique mission to meet needs that had been identified. And so now to see that really come into fruition, and seeing that we've got graduates, we've got over 2,000 medical student graduates, physicians out practicing. We also added back in 2017 a physician assistance program, and so we've got over 300 PA graduates who are out there taking care of patients now, and many of them really meeting goals set forth in that mission in terms of caring for those communities of need. It's just been remarkable to see that happen, and I just feel very fortunate to be dean at this time, to be the one to see the successes that are out there, but also to look to the future.
A sense of immense pride about what has been accomplished here. I mean, I'm now sitting in the Thrasher building, which is one of the most beautiful buildings and structures on campus. To see the rooms upstairs where teams of students come together to do problem solving. And I see these programs operating in branch campuses, and I just come away with an immense sense of pride. Finally, I see physicians in the medical facilities that I go to, graduates of Florida State University College of Medicine. And every time I meet one of those people, I just come away thinking, God, this has been a great ride.
When I was a student, I never really understood the magnitude of the school and how far-reaching its effects would be once we were established and accredited. It's incredible to see how many students have graduated, how many states that we are in, how many people we're helping, how many millions of patients that we're helping. And this all came from an idea. It's pretty incredible.
I'm just so amazed at the quality of the students that we have and the quality of the physicians that we produce. FSU College of Medicine, I think, has a very unique role and is very good at producing physicians who engage in the community, who care about the patients, who can communicate with the patients in a way that they understand, and engage not just the patient, but their whole household and the community itself. And so going forward, I think that FSU has in the past and will continue to promote that. I see FSU going out in places with residency programs, with places like Panama City, with the alliance that we're now forming with Tallahassee Memorial Hospital, to just strengthen that continued commitment to providing really excellent care that is patient-centered.
I recently spoke with Dr. Nuri Hashmati about his class. He was part of the inaugural class at the FSU College of Medicine, and he really emphasized the point that him and his classmates really put great value on creating opportunities and outlets for students to be able to give back to the local community when they were here in Tallahassee. And I think that is one of the main missions of FSU College of Medicine, that when you look back through its history, I mean, we're a fairly young school, but in this relatively small time that we've had, we've really lived by that mission. And I just want to assure alumni as well, that mission lives on to this day with the acts and the goals that current students are directed towards as well.
Wow. And I have to keep talking after that. So that captures perfectly the history and the enduring spirit of the Florida State University College of Medicine. My thanks to the Alumni Affairs team and to our very own Creative Services Department for their time and talent in putting this together. Thank you all. Now it is my great honor and pleasure to introduce you to our Hall of Fame inductees. First, starting with those from 2024. I'm going to ask Dr. Rudy Hain, who's the chair of our alumni board from the PIMS class of 78 and a 2021 Hall of Fame inductee, to join me and assist in presenting the award to our inductees. Honorees, when your name is called, please join me on stage. First, from the PIMS class of 1979, Dr. Joseph Camps. I've known Dr. Joe Camps for many years, and I've seen firsthand his passion for supporting medical education and training our next generation of healthcare professionals. His roots run deep in FSU and the Tallahassee community. From captain of the FSU coach Bobby Bowden's inaugural 1976 football team, he began his medical education at FSU before graduating from the University of Florida College of Medicine, completing his urology residency at the University of North Carolina, followed by an oncology fellowship at the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Texas. He's been a board member of the Seminole Boosters and FSU Board of Trustees, was on the Presidential Search Committee, which hired FSU President Richard McCullough in 2021, and was a commencement speaker at the university's April 2024 graduation ceremony. Dr. Camps served on the Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare Board of Directors and has served as its Vice President and Chief Academic Officer. He was a senior member of the Southeastern Urological Center until his retirement. Dr. Camps could not be with us this evening, so I will happily accept the award in his honor. Our next inductee is Dr. Jean Frank, class of 2014. Dr. Frank is a member of the inaugural 10-member Bridge to Clinical Medicine graduating class of 2010. He's a double board certified physician in family medicine and sports medicine. And he is the head sports medicine physician at Memorial Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine in Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood. The son of Haitian immigrants, this Miami native gives back to his community by serving as team physician to the powerhouse Northwestern High School football team, for whom he played. He also serves as the head doctor for Florida Memorial University Athletics and has previously worked with the Miami Dolphins, Miami Marlins, and University of Miami athletic teams. Dr. Frank could not be with us this evening, so I'll happily accept his award. Our next inductee, Dr. Shoshana Hollowell, class of 2010, is a minimally invasive and robotic general and bariatric surgeon at Ascension St. John Hospital in the McLaren-Lapeer region in Detroit, Michigan, who literally practices what she preaches. As a breast cancer survivor, she turned her attention to advocacy, starting with her sister and mother. MRI results later revealed both had breast cancer. In 2022, she launched the 501c3 nonprofit Operation Breast Density with the mission of educating patients, healthcare providers, and physicians about the importance of appropriate screening modalities for individuals with dense breast tissue. In addition, the organization offers financial assistance for supplemental screening to remove existing barriers. I congratulate Dr. Hollowell and accept this award on her behalf, as she's also unable to be here this evening. We next have two faculty members being inducted posthumously into the Hall of Fame, Dr. Myra Hurt and Dr. Daniel Van Derming, both of whom passed away in 2023 and are the first non-alumni selected for induction by a vote of the Alumni Board. They exceeded the board's selection criteria of service to the community, profession, and the College of Medicine in ways that shaped its future. Both of these individuals have left an indelible mark on the College of Medicine and its students, alumni, faculty, and staff. We begin with Dr. Myra Hurt, who served as the first acting dean of the College of Medicine. Dr. Hurt was named director of the PIMS program in 1992, and a year later, authored a white paper that would provide the foundation for her nearly decade-long fight to create a four-year medical school at Florida State. Her dogged persistence eventually won over the then Florida Board of Regents, the Florida legislature, and eventually the AAMC and the accrediting body, the LCME. Dr. Hurt served first as acting dean in 2000 when the college was signed into law by Governor Jeb Bush, and later became Dean of Student Affairs and oversaw admissions. She oversaw the development of the Stride Bridge to Medical Sciences, Honors Medical Sciences, and Interdisciplinary Medical Sciences programs, and served as a Senior Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Programs. And that's not the entire list. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Hurt's husband, Dr. Julian Hurt, to the podium to accept the award.
Am I supposed to speak or no? Yes. Yes, okay. Hello, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Julian Hurt, husband and lover of Dr. Myra Ella Hurt, PhD. She was known by many as the mother of the medical school. I'm receiving this award on her behalf as she left this earth tragically on August 26, 2023. First, I want to thank all of you for being here to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the College of Medicine. It's a great honor to accept this award, inducting Myra into the Hall of Fame. Of course, Myra was instrumental in the work, in collaboration with others, of course, founding the first new medical school in the nation in 25 years. Myra had a vision not only for a new medical school, but a new type of education model. And once she received this vision, she poured herself into fulfillment of that dream. She had a brilliant career as a molecular geneticist, developed innovative programs such as the Bridge program, and made many other contributions to medical education. But the founding of the College of Medicine was her passion and her life's work. My family and I, Lily, Samantha, and Paul sincerely thank the College of Medicine for recognizing Myra and bestowing this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hurt. Next, it is my honor to induct Dr. Daniel Van Dermy, former faculty member, Chief Medical Officer, and Senior Associate Dean for Clinical and Community Affairs, into the Hall of Fame. Dr. Van Dermy came to the college in 2004 as chair of the Department of Family Medicine and Rural Health, and in 2018 was named Senior Associate Dean for Clinical and Community Affairs. In addition to his skills as an administrator and educator, he embodied the college's mission of service to the underserved. He led mission trips to third world countries, mentored students, advised numerous student groups, and was the founding advisor of the Chapman chapter of the Gold Humanism Honor Society and the Family Medicine Scholars. As the college's chief medical officer, he led the university's response to the COVID pandemic. He was most proud of his role in making FSU Primary Health, the clinic serving Southwest Tallahassee's underserved population, a reality. The facility now carries his name. Dr. Van Dermy's wife, Pat, had intended to be here this evening, but something came up and she went to Orlando this morning. So I will accept this award on behalf of the Van Dermy family. Now to induct the 2025 honorees. First, we have Dr. Thomas Beardsley, class of 2014. a two-time alumnus from Florida State University, receiving both his bachelor's degree and MD from FSU. Dr. Beardsley currently practices emergency medicine at the University of Florida College of Medicine, Jacksonville, where he serves as an assistant professor. Dr. Beardsley completed his emergency medicine residency in 2018 at Yale New Haven Hospital in New Haven, Connecticut. In 2019, he completed a fellowship in medical simulation, also at Yale, a specialty he has pursued throughout his career. It has led him to hold assistant professor and medical director positions for the Center for Simulation Education and Safety Research in Jacksonville, where he continues to contribute to both medical education and patient safety initiatives. In his role as center director, he leads the entire simulation curriculum for 46 emergency medicine residents, applying high-level simulation-based educational initiatives, allowing residents to learn high-stakes emergency medicine skills in a safe environment. As an assistant professor, Dr. Beardsley earned several awards, including the Emergency Medicine Residency Teacher of the Year Award in 2020 and 22, and the University of Florida College of Medicine Jacksonville Exemplary Teacher Award in 2023 and 2024. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Thomas Beardsley to the podium.
I am not much for speeches. I am just going to say it's an honor to be amongst this group of fantastic, not only physicians, but educators and leaders, and also an opportunity to say thank you for my wife's support throughout this journey that oftentimes prioritized me over her, but thank you all so much. Really an honor. Thank you.
Our next inductee is Dr. Angela Guzman from the class of 2014. To say that Dr. Guzman is the personification of all the good things FSU has to offer, the embodiment of its mission, vision, and values, is an understatement. She first got involved in the College of Medicine's pathway programs in 2005 as a freshman. With a strong interest in medicine and helping others, she was active in STRIDE's collegiate component, U-STRIDE, as well as MAPS, the Multicultural Association of Pre-Medical Students, where she held several leadership roles. Dr. Guzman then successfully completed the college's year-long post-baccalaureate Bridge to Clinical Medicine program and entered the College of Medicine. Today, she serves as an OBGYN clerkship faculty member at the college's Orlando Regional Campus, Associate Program Director for the University of Central Florida, HCA Osceola Regional OB/GYN Residency Program in Kissimmee, and as a hospitalist for women's health centers. While at the College of Medicine, Dr. Guzman was inducted into the Alpha Omega Alpha and Gold Humanism Honor Societies. As chief resident at Orlando Health Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Babies, she earned numerous awards. Unfortunately, Dr. Guzman had a prior commitment and cannot be with us this evening, so I'll accept this award in her honor. It is now truly my pleasure to induct our next honoree, Dr. J. O.C. Harris, Dean Emeritus of the Florida State University College of Medicine. Dr. Harris served as the second Dean of the College of Medicine, a post he held from January 2003 through July 2008. During his tenure, he laid the foundation for growth and navigated the LCME process for the college to achieve full accreditation. After a 30-year career at the University of Florida College of Medicine, Dr. Harris came to FSU in November 2000 as Associate Dean for Medical Education, position to serve on the full-time faculty. He was responsible for overseeing the development of the regional campuses in Orlando, Pensacola, and Tallahassee, and for recruiting many of the college's clinical faculty. During his tenure, construction began on the building that now houses the college. In July 2003, the college grew with the establishment of the Department of Geriatrics, becoming the first medical school in the state and one of very few in the nation with a separate department devoted to geriatrics training for medical students. In October of that year, under Dr. Harris's leadership, the college was approved to begin its first doctoral program, a PhD in biomedical sciences. Since 2005, the graduating medical student or students showing the best all-around promise of becoming a physician of the highest caliber has been presented the J.O.C. Harris Outstanding Student Award in his honor. I'll also mention, because I tell people this all the time, that Dr. Harris was actually the chair of the admissions committee at the University of Florida when I was admitted to the University of Florida. So I am truly indebted to him for my career. So thank you, Dr. Harris, for all you've done for the FSU College of Medicine, and it is my pleasure to induct you into the Hall of Fame. Please join me.
You want to hand this over to me?
Just for a couple of minutes.
Won't be long. I wasn't prepared to make a speech, but I will try. This is indeed a great privilege for me and to be inducted and be recognized in this way. I have great pride in what has been accomplished here over these 25 years, particularly these students who started with us, partnered with us, and were an inspiration to us to accomplish what we had to do. I'll just give a little anecdote about Myra. She called me, I guess about August of 2000, and said, would I be interested in coming and talking to her about the possibility of the new medical school that they were going to start. So I said yes, I would, because I had discussed this possibility with Durrell Peden several times over the years, and we had like thoughts about what needed to be done to address the needs of rural Florida. And so Myra sat down and we talked about things. We both had a vision of a community-based model of education, and it's something that I'd had some experience with. And so after that brief discussion, Myra said, if you were to come here, can you work for a woman? And I said, well, I've been working for 3 of them for quite some time. So no, I would have no problem whatsoever. So anyway, that's how we started our relationship, and we got things straight right there. I bet Julie knows something about that. Anyway, it was a great time. It's something that I cherish, and it was something that I had never thought that I would be able to do, but at the end of my career, I was able to accomplish something that everyone has been very proud of, and thank you for this.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. Our next honoree is Dr. Nari Heshmati, class of 2005. As the president of the inaugural graduating class of 2005, Dr. Hashmati was instrumental in building the infrastructure students today still enjoy. He worked with the FSU Student Government Association to secure funding from many College of Medicine student interest groups and served as the first Student Government Association student senator. He co-founded the Medical Student Council, which serves as the umbrella organization for groups within the college. After completion of his OBGYN residency at Vanderbilt, he moved to Washington State and joined the Everett Clinic. Ultimately, he oversaw all surgical and specialty operations and value-based care for both the Everett Clinic and the Polyclinic. He also oversaw the labor and delivery unit at Providence Everett. Dr. Hashmati served as the chair of the Washington State section of the American College of OBGYNs and as president of the Washington State Medical Association. He was appointed by Governor Jay Inslee to the Pandemic After Action Task Force to analyze the state's response to COVID. In 2024, he returned to Florida to become the chief physician and operations executive for Lee Physicians Group in Fort Myers. In that capacity, he oversees 1,250 clinicians at over 100 sites in Southwest Florida. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Hashmati, and I will ask him to come to the podium.
It is a great honor here. It's hard to believe we're here 20 years on our 2-year anniversary. I have to thank my wife, Catherine, because it's hard to believe that she's still here with me 20 years later. And I have to thank my class. You know, we came here with so much uncertainty, and you know, there was a vision, a shared vision from so many of our leaders here. But our class together, you know, we got through that, and to see where everybody is and the impact that it's making on our communities and our patients. So I accept this honor, and I accept it on behalf of all of us. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Our next inductee is Dr. Sharmika Hogans-Matthews, class of 2015. We have a first this evening. It's my honor to not only induct Dr. Hogans-Matthews into the Hall of Fame, but also recognize her as the very first recipient of the college's Mission Award. The Mission Award is given to an honoree who demonstrates excellence in furthering the college's mission to practice patient-centered health care, discover and advance knowledge, and respond to community needs, especially through service to underserved populations. Dr. Hogans-Matthews' induction into the Hall of Fame and being chosen to receive the Mission Award is in recognition of her innovative teaching, curriculum leadership, and exceptional mentorship. Since joining FSU in 2018, she has served as course co-director for both the M2 reproductive systems and musculoskeletal and integumentary systems blocks, as well as a small group and clinical learning center faculty member. She also developed and teaches primary care psychiatry, a course designed to integrate mental health principles into primary care education and strengthen students' skills in behavioral health assessment and management. A dedicated mentor and scholar, Dr. Hogans-Matthews leads the ACEs Mood Up Research Lab, training medical and undergraduate students in community-engaged and trauma-informed mental health research. Her scholarly work focuses on stigma, adverse childhood experiences, and wellness in underserved populations, with multiple peer-reviewed publications, national presentations, and grant-funded initiatives advancing health equity. Dr. Hogans-Matthews is a 2015 graduate, and as a student was inducted into the Gold Humanism Honor Society and was a family medicine scholar. She earned a 2023 Exceptional Mentor Award from the American Medical Women's Association, the FSU College of Medicine Outstanding Junior Faculty Award, and the Society of Teachers of Family Medicine Foundation's 2022 New Faculty Scholar Award. She was recently selected for the 2025 Exemplary Full-Time Educator Award from the Florida Academy of Family Physicians. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Hogan's Matthews on not only being inducted into the Hall of Fame, but also as the recipient of our first Mission Award.
Well, good evening, everyone. Happy Saturday. Congratulations to everyone who's already been called up, and for those after me. I think for the first time, I'm actually nervous. So I just want to say thank you to FSU College of Medicine for planting the foundation for me to, watering and nurturing me so that I can take roots and further cultivate the mission for which we were started 25 years ago. And I thought back, and we have these speeches of everybody want to think, and I was like, I had a strange thought. I was like, you know what? I'm very grateful for my 14-year-old self who was very curious in the doctor's office and said, you know what, one day I think I want to be an OBGYN. And I'm even more grateful for the 19-year-old version of myself that despite being a single parent on Medicaid, decided that I wanted to do something about healthcare disparities and further my goals and dreams of being a physician. And I'm just so happy for my support system, everybody who's been there along the way. And I'm eternally grateful for FSU COM because of your mission and because of your belief in me and acceptance of me as a student, I'm able to further cultivate the mission, be the best doctor I can be, mentor, teacher, and change the world one doctor at a time. Go Noles.
Thank you. Our next inductee is Dr. Amy Neal from the class of 2008. By combining her ability to take on leadership roles, her thirst for knowledge, and her commitment to patient care in family and obesity medicine, Dr. Neal continues to make a positive impact on the medical profession as well as on the lives of her patients and students. Dr. Neal earned 3 degrees from Florida State, an undergraduate degree followed by her MD and an MBA in 2021. As a capstone to her MD degree, she received the Outstanding Graduate in Family Medicine Award. After completing her family medicine residency at Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare in 2011, Dr. Neal began her career at Capital Health Plan in Tallahassee in urgent care and then transitioned to primary care in 2016. She was elected president of the medical staff at CHP in 2016. Dr. Neal was promoted to associate medical director in 2019 and holds that position today. She currently supervises and hires physicians and actively participates in 20 committees within the CHP organization, such as quality, credentialing, new employment, and CHP electronic health record. Outside of CHP, Dr. Neal provides leadership on the board of directors of Capital Medical Society. She currently serves as a clerkship faculty member in the College of Medicine's Department of Family Medicine and Rural Health, teaching medical students in her practice. Congratulations, Dr. Neal.
I also was not ready to speak at all, but quickly, in chronological order, Tesla Byrne Anderson, who I met in 6th grade when she was my teacher and saw the little pipsqueak version of me and thought to invite me to the Stride program at Lincoln. Thank you so much. And then we, got to know each other over the years. I wanted to say thank you to Dr. Rudy Hain, who's up with me tonight, who was a fantastic teacher in Thomasville. He really rolled out the carpet for us and did a wonderful job. To my boys back there who've put up with my nonsense all the time. I'm late constantly. Thank you, boys, for putting up with me. And to Elizabeth Dickens, who I believe nominated me for this. Thank you very much. You're a super genius at work. It's a real honor to to have you, of all people, nominate me for this. Thank you very much.
It is now my pleasure to welcome to the stage our next inductee, Dr. Richard Rodriguez from the class of 2009. Through his work as an emergency medicine physician, advocacy for the medical profession, commitment to medical education, and community involvement, Dr. Rodriguez is an outstanding ambassador for the FSU College of Medicine. He is a full-time physician with Excellis Medical Associates in Tampa, where he sees patients in the emergency departments of St. Joseph's hospitals. His dedication to patient well-being has been recognized with awards such as the Physician of the Month by the St. Joseph Professional Practice Council, and as an Alumni Bellin Hero by his high school alma mater for his efforts on the front lines during the COVID-19 pandemic. He was voted by his peers as a top doc in emergency medicine for 3 consecutive years in 2021, 22, and 23, and has been recognized as such in Tampa Magazine. Dr. Rodriguez is deeply involved in medical education and mentorship, serving as volunteer collaborative faculty at the University of South Florida, Morsani College of Medicine, where he holds the rank of affiliate assistant professor. Beyond his clinical and educational endeavors, he serves on the board of directors of Excellis Medical Associates. He is the Associate Medical Director of Emergency Services at St. Joseph's Hospital South and Medical Director of Emergency Transport Services at St. Joseph's Hospitals. A member of the Hillsborough County Emergency Medical Planning Council since 2016, Dr. Rodriguez has served as its vice chair since 2021. The EMPC is a governmental body that reports to and advises the Hillsborough County Board of County Commissioners. He has also been an active member of the Hillsborough County Trauma Agency and its audit committee, and in 2016 chaired the Spinal Immobilization Guidelines Subcommittee. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Rodriguez.
I had to write things down, otherwise I'll forget what I would like to say. But truly, it's an honor to be here today and to be inducted into this hall. Truly, it's a full circle moment for me. My time at FSU was challenging. I was the type of kid who never studied in undergrad, kind of cruised by, and then came Dr. Payer's first anatomy test, which was a true kick to the teeth. And it was the moment I realized that the hardest part was not getting in. But ultimately, my time here at FSU was the most pivotal in my growth as a physician. And I use the lessons I learned here at FSU COM daily, when I care for patients in the ER. As I stand here on stage, I'm reminded of a quote from Sir Isaac Newton. "I have seen further than others, and it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." And I can't help but feel humbled being honored here alongside some of tonight's other honorees, a few in particular. Dr. Myra Hurt, who interviewed me when I was a fourth-year student at UF, and I'm sure she played a pivotal role in letting a loud Spanish kid with spiky hair from Miami into the program. And then, of course, there's Dr. O.C. Harris, who was dean most of my time here at the college, and I'll never forget him and his wife inviting us over to dinner as first-year medical students. He was such a gracious host and an amazing human being. And then, of course, there's Dr. Van Dermy, or DVD as we affectionately called him. He was a mentor like no other. I'll never forget a quote he shared with us in class. "The secret of the care of the patient is in caring for the patient." I thought so highly of him that for years I actually attributed the quote to him. I thought he said those. And it wasn't until I spoke to him last in 2021, I was preparing a presentation for some medical students where I planned to quote him, and he humbly reminded me that it was actually Dr. Samuel Peabody who said the words, but he might as well have said the words himself. He was that kind of clinician and humanitarian. And I have the full quote hanging in my office at the hospital. So I'd also like to thank Dean Littles, who who saw me persevere as a first-year med student, and whom I was privileged to work with via our mutual interest in organized medicine. And thank you also to Dr. McLeod, who's not here tonight, and the Pensacola campus faculty and staff who saw me come into my own as a fourth-year student. And I would be remiss not to thank my family. My parents, unfortunately, couldn't be here tonight, but they encouraged and supported me throughout my schooling. To my uncle Raphael, may he rest in peace. He inspired me to pursue a career in medicine. To my amazing wife, Amy. I'm a sap, I know. I truly do not deserve you, but I am beyond thankful that you chose me. You got me through the nightmare that was the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. You supported me when I wanted to go back to school, get my MBA, and you continue motivating me to keep chasing my dreams. But the reality is that you and our family, you are my biggest dream come true. To my children, Sophie, Frankie, Carlos, and Ceci, more than any award or professional achievement, watching you grow has been the biggest joy of my life. Although I do hope that this award tonight reinforces what I've always told you, that if you work hard, do well in school, and stay true to yourself, anything is possible. You're already ahead of where the Spanish kid with the spiky hair from Miami was. I love you all, and again, thank you to the FSU College of Medicine. I am very, very honored, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez. Our next inductee is Dr. Rashad Sullivan, the class of 2013. Service to the community, the medical profession, and the College of Medicine has been career hallmarks for Dr. Sullivan. Following his 2006 graduation from Florida A&M University with a degree in biological sciences, pre-med, with a minor in chemistry, Dr. Sullivan worked for the FSU College of Medicine's STRIDE program. He has attended and spoken at every STRIDE reunion since his medical school days, forming mentoring relationships with students interested in STEM careers. In 2007, he co-founded Youth Motivation and Empowerment, a movement that seeks to persuade inner city and rural teenagers in Florida's Big Bend and South Georgia area to make positive, lifelong decisions. He has remained active in YME ever since. As a member of the Bridge to Clinical Medicine Post-Baccalaureate Program in 2008, he was a guest speaker at Lincoln High School's Advanced Placement Summer Institute. Dr. Sullivan also volunteered with Neighborhood Health, a federally qualified health center here in Tallahassee. Following his acceptance into medical school, he continued his outreach to youth and volunteered at the Family Worship and Praise Center Ministry for the Homeless. Dr. Sullivan completed his orthopedic surgery residency at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center, where he was chief resident. He completed an adult orthopedic reconstruction fellowship at Tampa's Florida Orthopedic Institute, and later served as a surgeon at the Riverside Medical Center in Bradenton, Florida. Today, Dr. Sullivan is a surgeon at Midstate Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic in Alexandria, Louisiana. He continues to make himself available as a mentor to College of Medicine, Bridge, and medical students. Congratulations, Dr. Sullivan.
So I found out like a couple hours ago that I have an opportunity to speak, and I told Dr. Littles, don't threaten me with a mic in the audience. So I actually took a little bit of time to prepare what I would say. I stand here tonight as someone who didn't start with a spotless record, but with a story. You see, before I got accepted into the College of Medicine, I had a criminal record. In every medical school I applied to, I got rejected except for here. And it was Dr. Meyer Hurt, Dr. Thesla Anderson, Dr. Elizabeth Foster, Dr. Helen Livingston. They saw in me potential where others saw failure. And because they chose to take a chance on me, the College of Medicine decided to take a chance on me too. And that chance, it became my calling. You see, my experiences here at the College of Medicine, it didn't just train my hands, but it shaped my heart. You know, it taught me that medicine is a service and healing is sacred. And over the years, I've learned that every patient carries the image of God in their most vulnerable moments when they choose to entrust me with their care. I've learned to love my neighbor as I love myself. I've learned to treat my patients as if I would want to be treated, just as if it was me laying on the operating table, intubated. And over the course of my career, I've truly tried to live out the mission of this school and the conviction of my faith with every surgery, every patient encounter, every opportunity for mentorship, and every act of service. I aim to reflect the very same grace that the College of Medicine has given me. To my wife, Natalie, thank you for seeing a good man, a loving husband and father when others said, girl, no, not him. You trusted me with your heart. Your love and your support, they continue to anchor me to Christ and to the sacred call to take care of others through the ministry of healing and medicine. You walk with me through every valley and every victory. This honor isn't just for me, but it's for us. Thank you, I love you. I love the life and the family that we've built together. I also want to thank my family and my friends who are here tonight, and everyone else in the classes that came before me. I don't stand here because I'm worthy. I stand here because grace is real, empathy towers over indifference, and compassion matters when we are at our most vulnerable state and just need someone who cares to listen. Because of that, I was able to follow my calling and not my mistakes of my past. For we know in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to their purpose. Romans 8:28. And I thank God for calling me. And I thank the College of Medicine for allowing me to pursue that purpose. So if I could say anything tonight that would encourage anyone, I would say continue to walk in your purpose and the conviction of your calling, because if you do, you will be right where you're supposed to be. Thank you.
Wow, hard to follow that. I welcome our next inductee stage, Dr. Richard Sheridan, PIMS class of 1976. The love of medicine runs deep in the family of Dr. Sheridan. As a proud undergraduate alumnus and a PIMS graduate, he watched with pride as his graduated from the College of Medicine in 2015. Well after his own graduation from the PIMS program and a successful career as a neonatologist prior to retirement in Tampa, Dr. Sheridan has remained a staunch supporter and a great advocate for FSU and the College of Medicine. At the college, he served on the Alumni Medical Alumni Board and was the board's president from 2021 through 2023. He's also an active member of the Leadership Council of the College of Arts and Sciences, where he received his undergraduate degree. Dr. Sheridan was a member of Phi Eta Sigma and Phi Beta Kappa honor societies, recognizing academic excellence. He completed his internship and residency at the Le Bonheur Children's Hospital at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center in Memphis, specializing in pediatrics. From 1982 to 1984, he was a fellow in neonatal and perinatal medicine at E.H. Crump Women's Hospital and Perinatal Center, University of Tennessee in Memphis. It is my pleasure to induct Dr. Sheridan into our Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
I'd just like to say a few words. I'm up here because of several people that were here before me. Dr. Paul Elliott, who convinced me that I should apply to the PIMS program. And he was one of our professors in biology back in the early 70s. And Dr. David White, who was our clinician at the time, and he got me started volunteering at the neighborhood health clinic and taught me that really there was a lot more than academic medicine, getting to know your patients, where your patients came from, and what you needed to do to help them. And when I was a neonatal fellow, Dr. Shelley Coronis up in Tennessee made sure that we were involved in our community. You can be stuck in an NICU and not be seen by anybody, but when you have to go out and present to a group at a library on bicycle safety, and you're wondering why you got chosen for doing that, other than to make us get used to doing things in the community. And last of all, least, I need to thank my wife, Maureen, because without her, I wouldn't be able to have done any of the things that I have done over the years. Thank you.
I wonder who was watching that. Our next honoree is Dr. Sanam Zahidi, class of 2014. Committed to her profession and alma mater, Dr. Zahidi continues to take on leadership roles in both. A member of the FSU Medical Alumni Board since 2021, she also serves as a host volunteer, a College of Medicine program in which alumni provide medical students with a place to stay when they need to travel as part of their education, whether for a specialty rotation offered at another campus or to interview for a residency or fellowship program. Dr. Zahidi has made significant scholarly contributions to the field of plastic surgery. Her publications in leading journals, Aesthetic Surgery Journal and Annals of Plastic Surgery, showcase her research on the impact of social media on plastic surgery trends, breast augmentation, and the implications of socioeconomic factors in breast reconstruction. Her research not only advances the field, but also brings attention to important demographic and social issues that influence patient care. Her leadership roles in the field are equally impressive. As a founding core host and marketing executive of the Loop podcast, she has contributed to global medical education by providing valuable resources and discussions for medical students, residents, and surgeons. This podcast, which ranks in the top 2% of educational podcasts, serves as a crucial supplement for those preparing for plastic surgery exams and pursuing continuous learning. Additionally, she serves the American Society of Plastic Surgeons as a member of the Women's Plastic Surgeons Steering Committee and the annual meeting Educational Program Committee. Dr. Zahidi could not attend this evening, so I accept this award on her behalf. So we're down to the end. So let's again give all of our honorees a round of applause. Thank you all again for your attention. What a wonderful evening. I mean, what a wonderful weekend, actually, that we've had. Starting last night with the class of 2005 and the CME earlier today, and it's just been a wonderful weekend. We will have a alumni board meeting tomorrow morning as well. Again, congratulations and thank you to our honorees and all of our guests for being here this evening. You've played a significant role in writing our history as a medical school, and tonight you've gained a permanent place in the history as Medical Alumni Hall of Fame members. Thank you all for coming. Feel free to continue to mingle and continue to enjoy each other's company. Have a great night.